in other basketball news, the NBA playoffs start this weekend. Actually, technically, the play-ins started 2 days ago. The first game was it the Lakers?
Yep, Lakers.
Yep.
Lakers
Pelicans.
Pelicans. Yep, which was so for those that don't know, the NBA for the last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. This is the third year of it. This is the second year. No, third year. This is the third year. It started the COVID year.
No, you're right. You're right.
So this is the third year. Sorry. So for the third year in a row, they have what's called the play-in game. So it used to be the top 8 teams in the Eastern and Western Conference would then go into a 16-team playoff, 8 teams on each side that would play until best of 7 series in each round until you get to the NBA Finals, and then that would be between the winner of the East and winner of the West, and again another 7-game series to determine the NBA champion. Now they have included a play-in game, which starts between the 7 and 8 seed in the Eastern and Western Conference. The winner of that game secures the 7 seed. Now the loser of that game will then go on to play for the 8 seed against the winner of the 9 and 10 seed playing. So late in the Western Conference, the Lakers were the 7 seed and the Pelicans were the 7 seed and the Lakers were the 8 seed. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. They played. Lakers won, so Lakers now secure the 7 seed. The Pelicans then wait to see who wins between Golden State and the Kings. The Kings dog walked Golden State, so now it'll be the Pelicans versus the Kings for the 8 seed. And then on the Eastern side, it was the 76ers in the 7 seed against the 8 seed Miami Heat. Miami Heat. The 76ers won by 1 point. So the Heat now will play the Chicago Bulls, who beat the Atlanta Hawks, who are the 9 and 10 seed. And so that game, both of those games will be on Friday to determine who that 8 seed will be. So did I miss anything there? I kind of got that, right?
No, you got everything.
Cool. Do you have the bracket for the graphic?
I do not have the bracket, but I have each matchup. So
all right,
we can go through it one by one.
Yeah, let's go through it. So, each matchup as its own graphic.
Yes.
Or
like starting with the Celtics versus whoever they're gonna play, and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So go ahead and click that so I can see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So the Heat and the Bulls. Ooh, there you go. You can kind of start to see the.
Yeah, I couldn't crop it out for some reason, so just deal with it.
All good. It works. So the Celtics with the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference and the best record in the NBA and the odds-on favorite to win the championship this year. And they're the 1 seed. They'll play the winner of Miami versus Chicago, who will pull in that 8 seed. What do you guys think, first of all, about the Miami Heat Chicago Bulls matchup? Who do you think comes away with that win? I said no Jimmy Butler. Is that right for the?
Yeah, they just ruled him out today, and Terry Rozier will be out as well. However,
they both play for the Heat.
Yeah,
for those that don't know.
Yep, and then the Bulls are going to be without Caruso, I believe. I think he got hurt in their game against the Hawks. So both sides dealing with injuries. I mean, it's just kind of that point in the season where everybody's got injuries, so it's next man up. But I think the Heat's injuries are much more significant. But man, it's going to be tough for the Bulls to deal with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. They are just 2 absolute monsters. Tyler Hero can kind of score at will. Adebayo's that rock in the center that you need both defensively, and he's able to get inside, grab those offensive boards, and kick it out if he needs to, or just put it back up. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Heat come away with it. Despite the injuries to Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier, I don't know how long they're out for, if they're considered out for the series against the Celtics. If they do advance, we'll have to wait and see on that.
I will say... Sorry. Oh, go ahead, Jason. No, Jason, go ahead.
Jimmy, I think, is a possible ACL tear, so...
Oh!
MCL.
He's fine. He'll be back.
That's tough, because if there's if there's 2 lower seeded teams that you don't want to play right now, it's the Heat and the 76ers because of Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is just I mean, he took them to the finals not too long ago. Was it 2 years ago? Is that
Yep.
right? Yeah,
2 years ago.
2 years ago as a 7 seed, right? Wasn't it 7 seed or
I think they were
They-
last. Oh
they
wait, because
were-
the
8 seed?
They were the 8 seed, yeah.
8 seed, yeah. He took them as an 8 seed just because he's a ball, and now they have even. I mean, their team's better than it was even then.
Wait,
So
that,
this definitely-
that was last year. I think.
was that last year?
They played the Nuggets.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they beat the Bucks in the first round.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was last year. Yeah.
Yeah. They beat them in,
Yeah.
in 5 games, I think. They beat the Bucks in 5 games in the first round, 8 versus 1 seed. Just insane.
So yeah, I would not want to go play the Miami Heat at any point, but especially right now. They looked really good against the 76ers too. I didn't watch the game live, but I went back and rewatched it. And it wasn't until basically Nick Batum forced the 76ers to be competitive in that game. He shot 5 threes off the bench, had a couple other assists, I think dropped 20 in the whole game. I mean, it was crazy. But like Jimmy Butler had 5 or 6 steals that game. They were leading for a really good portion of it. It was a really good game, but at the end of the day, 76ers won. But without Jimmy Butler, I don't know. DeMar DeRozan is can score at any time, any place, and can easily go drop 50 in a game.
I don't know about easily.
I watched him
don't
do it
see
against the Pacers earlier this season, pretty easily. And the Pacers are a good defensive team too. Just kidding.
Yeah, thank you.
I was gonna say they're the worst defensive team, weren't they?
No,
Like,
that's the Hawks. The Hawks are the worst
Hawks
defensive
are
Okay.
team,
worst.
okay.
or the Hornets.
Yeah. Well, probably the worst defensive team in the playoffs right now. But what I was trying to say is I don't think. I mean, what saved the Bulls last game is Kobe White scoring 40 plus points, and I don't know if you're going to get another performance like that. And like Jerry said, even without Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo, and that team has played without Jimmy Butler a lot this year. So it's like they already know the style of basketball that they want to play. I don't think they can beat that. And even Duncan Robinson has been playing a lot better this year than past last year. Maybe not as good as 2 years ago, but still very good 3-point shooter and is improving on his 2-point game, his interior game. So I think the Heat will still take this from the Bulls.
I agree. I just think without someone like Jimmy Butler could shut down DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, agreed.
You don't have that now. That defensive stop to then. So it's gonna be a good game, I think. But I agree. I think the Heat are the better team. And then okay, let's parlay that. So let's say we all think the Heat are gonna win, right?
Correct.
Let's say Jimmy Butler comes back, which might happen, might not happen. How do you think they fare against the Celtics?
I mean, there's always a chance. Do I think the Celtics will beat them? Probably, but I mean, look what they did to Milwaukee. I thought Milwaukee was winning an NBA championship last year, so.
Yeah, I think the Celtics are dismantling either of these two teams personally, but like you said, that's what we said last year about the Bucks. So
Yeah.
you just never know.
Yeah, I'm reading here from an hour ago. Jimmy Butler sustains sprained MCL, will miss several weeks.
So,
So-
that's going to be the
Probably
entire
not.
first round.
They're going to be one and done. Yeah. The Celtics are just too good. Their starting 5 is just incredible,
Mhm.
and they can get points from anywhere. They play really good defense. Yeah.
Which-
Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. That right there is just
And
It's
then
just too good.
It's
add the
ridiculous.
experience of Al Horford.
yeah.
Yeah,
Marcus Smart, right?
Yeah.
No,
He's not there anymore.
nope.
That tells you how much I don't watch. Where's he?
Where do you
Tells
get
you how much I watch the
Where did
Memphis
Drew Holiday
Grizzlies.
go?
Grizzlies.
Drew
Okay.
Holiday is on the Celtics.
Yeah,
Right, where did he get traded from?
the
Oh.
Grizzlies. Well, I don't think he got created from the Grizzlies. That's where Marcus Smart is, though.
Gotcha.
Oh, see, that tells you how much the Celtics have been totally out of
The
the.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Celtics have been totally out of the zeitgeist, like the mainstream media all year, even though they're the quietest 60+ win team I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah.
They're
It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. They've just been like so good that nobody needs to talk to them or talk about them. Like that's just how it
I think
is.
I think the issue is though it's kind of like that Cowboys vibe. Like they're gonna be good in the regular
Yeah.
season. You just expect them to mess up somewhere in the playoffs.
Oh, they're gonna lose. They will. They will. They're not making it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
what? Oh wow.
I would
Yeah.
put money
You're
on it.
right. Dang right.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah,
Let
yeah,
him
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Dang
Let him
right,
know.
Dang right, baby. Let them know. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So the next round is going to now the rest of the East has been locked up. I assume we're going East first. So next up we have the Knicks, the number 2 seed, the surprising number 2 seed. By the way, I don't think anyone saw them jumping the Bucks, but I think the Bucks and Cavs are both very happy that they now do not have to play the Philadelphia 76ers. The New York Knicks will play Philadelphia. I think this one. I think even the sports books have Philadelphia as the favorites in this one. I just think without Julius Randle, the Knicks just aren't going to be able to compete with the 76ers. What do you get? What do you think, Jason?
Yeah,
What's your
no,
thoughts on this series?
no, no. I'm so happy we're not playing the 76ers. I mean, with Joel Embiid, that team would have been the number 1 team in the whole NBA, and Joel Embiid would be the MVP winner. So like,
Yep.
having to not have to play that and hopefully tire out Embiid a little bit. I ain't gonna say what I will really want to say, but yeah, no, the 76ers win this game. There's no center on that team can handle Joel Embiid. I mean, I don't think there's really a center in the league that can, let alone even slow him down. I don't think there's a player on that team for that. So, yeah, no, it's the 76ers.
Outside of Joel Embiid, I mean, they have a great team. I mean, I'm not saying that, but I just to say you think that they would have been the best team in the NBA if he was healthy. Think so?
Yep.
Mhm.
I agree with that. You're taking an already good team and adding an MVP caliber guy to it. Yeah.
I wouldn't say already good team.
The Sixers? You
Yeah,
think
no, the
without
70
you
they
think
were they were
without
sub
Embiid, they're-
500. They were sub 500 without Embiid. That's why they're an 8 seed. Now they were 31-8 with him as a starter.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. That is about same win percentage as the Celtics. That's right at the same number. That would have been 62-16. So and they finished 64-18. So
Yeah.
it's right. That's about the. That's I'm just saying as a contrarian to that thought.
Mhm.
To say they would have been the clear cut best team in the NBA, I think the Celtics might have something to say about that, as well as, I mean, they were great with him there. Don't get me wrong; they're right in line with that 1-2 seed in the Eastern Conference. But without Joel Embiid, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that's how well Joel Embiid is playing. Like
Yeah, yeah,
averaging 34, 11 or 12, I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
and 6, like
Yeah.
or 5.
Absurd.
yeah.
Crazy.
It's absurd. This is his. Yeah, if he would have played a full season, he would have for sure been the MVP. He is playing unreal in the games that he plays in this year. Absolutely. So yeah, I think 76ers won away. I don't think it'll be a sweep, but I think it'll be a 4-2 series
Mhm.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I mean Jalen Brunson's going to do his hardest, and he's
Yeah.
been playing lights out as well. But
And again, if they had Julius Randle, I think it's it's definitely a better
better,
matchup,
right?
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
I
don't.
mean-
So
Julius Randle's not that big, but he's strong and can at least slow him down, and make him run too. And
yeah, and
while
make
Joel
him
Embiid-
guard him on the other end. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think Sixers run away with this one. Next matchup, we have the 3 seed Bucks against the 6 seed Pacers. Uh, this is an interesting matchup. This would be an intriguing. This might go to 6 or 7 for sure.
Yeah.
Jerry, who do you think? Who do you have on the edge of this one in this matchup?
If the Bucks had Giannis to start the series, I think we're talking 5 or 6 games for the Bucks. Without Giannis, it becomes a totally different story because the Pacers had a super hot start to the year. They got to the finals and the what's it called, the midseason tournament against the Lakers.
Yep.
So they kind of fell off a little bit, but not enough to where you're like, oh, the Pacers are crap now, like they suck. No, they are still a good team. They are still the highest, if not one of the highest scoring teams in the league. They've put up 150 points how many times this year? Because Tyrese Halliburton can just drop 20 and 20 at will, basically. Like if he wants to,
and they
he
played the
will.
Hawks a lot.
Yeah, well, it helps pad your stats a little bit, but I think it's gonna be a pretty good series. I do like the Bucks still. I do agree with you. It's gonna be a little tighter, maybe 6, maybe 7. But I got to give the Bucks the edge in this one. Playoff game is sometimes just too much for teams to handle.
When did Giannis come back?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask too.
I do not know the answer to that. And
Well,
I
let me look.
apologize if you hear a lawnmower outside. They're like mowing the grass at 7:30 at my apartment complex.
What a
Gotta
time!
love it. Gotta love it. All right, Giannis to miss 2 to 4 weeks. Oh shit!
Ooh.
Oh
Crap. Sorry.
Boo.
Bleep it out. Bleep it out.
We've been all.
Yeah, so he'll be out this whole series.
Okay.
That's actually. I don't know. I don't know if they can win without Giannis. Giannis is that X factor. He's like Embiid. Like who's gonna guard Embiid? Miles Turner can't run with Embiid. He's a great defender interior, but he can't run with him. I mean, you put Siakam on him. That's still 3 inch difference height. Like he's just a matchup nightmare, and without that, you're expecting Damian Lillard, who yes has shown flashes, but hasn't. I would say it was more an off year, but maybe it's just more of a he's not the number one option, right? Type of thing.
Right.
So,
I
you have
think-
to
Sorry. go
switch
ahead.
you have to switch your mindset like that for the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know if Milwaukee can win. Honestly, I would if no Giannis. I favor the Pacers in my opinion.
I was about
I
to
think
say.
defensively, without Giannis, the Bucks are gonna have a hard time covering Turner and Siakam on the wings because they're 2 big guys that are gonna stretch the floor quite a bit. And Giannis is that guy. He has that lengthy, lanky body type to where he can kind of get from place to place without having to move too much. But if they don't have that kind of guy on the floor, they're not going to be able to cover those wings with their 2 bigs on the outsides.
I agree. I think that without Giannis, the Pacers actually match up pretty good. Although on the front court side, I think obviously Tyrese Halliburton's great, but I think you put Patrick Beverly on him and lock him down. I think that definitely stunts Pacers' scoring ability. But again, Siakam and Miles Turner can both score the ball pretty good, especially Miles Turner. So I think I personally think Pacers in this one simply because Giannis is in there. And if Giannis was playing, I think he makes such a difference that it's a sweep or a 5-game series. But I think this is like a 7-game series and the Pacers pull it out personally. That's what I would bet. Last game in the East. First game that we're all going to on Saturday. Let's go.
Let them know.
Let them know. I'm going to put myself in the Jumbotron too. It's my 28th birthday. So
Let's go.
we're gonna put me up there. Anyway.
Tennessee table. Sorry.
Magic at Cavs. Cavs 4 seed, Magic 5 seed. Game 1 this Saturday. Exciting matchup. Cavs right now favored in the series. I believe they're like minus 170 in the first game, which is a lot. That's what I think. That's what the book's opened at. I'm sure that's not there now. But Jason, what do you think about this game? I'm gonna be honest. I know the Cavs pretty good. I don't know the Magic super well, like their roster. I'm not super familiar.
Big.
Giannis or sorry, mm, diet Giannis, defensive Giannis. Jonathan Isaac's coming back, so that helps them a lot. That's a 6'10".
Diet Giannis.
Yeah. That's a 6'10" lengthy player that can play some defense, very very well. He helps the interior as well. Like it's a little harder now, so I would guess too that the odds have changed. But that being said, we have Twin Towers in the middle, and I think a very very motivated backcourt. Guards are backcourt, front court.
Backcourt.
Guards.
Backcourt.
A very very motivated backcourt because honestly the whole team needs to be motivated because if we don't make it far in the playoffs, someone said they're probably going to leave. So, I do believe this will be a Cavs in probably 6, though. Again, the Magic are pretty good on defense, and Banchero is a stud. Honestly,
Does Isaac start?
he didn't.
Okay.
Well, I actually want to say he did start
think
towards
he
the
does.
middle. Like when he was healthy, fully healthy, yes, he starts. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the Magic
Interesting.
have 5 guys
Yeah,
who get consistent minutes that are over 6'10". Like,
Yeah.
like they're just a big team. They're
Mhm.
huge.
That doesn't. Actually, we match up pretty solid to that, and I'm pretty sure we've beat the Magic. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right
I
now.
think all
Cavs
but one
Magic
time,
this season. I believe we've beat them mostly all
I think
season.
all but one time, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we actually match up pretty good, like you said. Twin Towers, Jarrett Allen, and Evan Mobley on the inside. The Cavs' biggest problem is our consistency. We are utterly inconsistent this entire season. We dealt with injuries, but even after the All-Star break, once Donovan Mitchell came back, we had our starting 5 and it did not look good. And then we had that really good game a couple weeks ago against the second to last game. Dude, we beat the Pacers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me and
Great
Tristan
game
was
against
there.
the Pacers. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
we finished the game strong. It was Darius Garland hit that step back 3 that pretty much iced the game, like in his
Dagger.
veins. And then we turn around and tank, which I get, but still frustrating. The last game of the season we lost to the Hornets, who are atrocious.
Yeah.
Simply because we were running 4 power forwards and 1 guard.
JB
Not
to
even
go.
a guard. Not even a guard. It's
forward.
he's a wing, the small
A
forward
wing.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they took what's his name?
Max Strus.
Thank you, Strus. I was saying Cruz and then okay. Strus had a triple double, and he was literally our primary point guard because our backup point guard got hurt. So it was like,
Oh, Craig,
they took
Craig
him
Porter
out.
got hurt?
Yeah, Craig Porter got hurt. Yeah, that's not good
That
because he's
kinda
been playing
sucks.
lights out.
Yeah, he's been really good.
But I mean, it's not as bad when you have all 3 players, all 3 guards, and they literally sat Garland,
Mitchell.
Well, yeah, Mitchell. I was thinking of Levine, right?
LeVert.
Jesus, my brain. I'm here. Don't worry. I need a coffee. But they sat all 3 of those guards. So I mean, those are 3 ball handlers right there. Then the backup point guard gets hurt, and then Strus is the primary guard, and then they take him out because we're up by like what 6, 8-ish points, 6, 8-ish points, and then we have 4 like backup forward/centers in the game. 2 of which had just got pulled up from the D League. One being Mobley's brother. So like he honestly, next year I want to see more of him play because that duo combo that they were having for a little bit there, great. But Damian Jones plays like maybe a minute, max 5 minutes, once every 15 games, and then I'm trying to remember who the other person was. Oh, we've had two of their family members, Lance,
Pete Nance.
Nance, yeah, Pete
Yeah.
Nance, and he was in there. So 3 G Leaguers pulled up. Like, I don't know. It just
Love it.
me initially, I was like, "What are we doing?" I was angry, and then I thought about it. I was like, who are we dodging? Because we
Yeah.
could have been at 2, right? If we
Yeah.
won that game, we would have been at 2.
No,
No, the Knicks
it would have
one.
been at 3.
3. Okay.
But we weren't sure at the time. So had the
Right.
Knicks lost,
And they
And
were tied with the
losing.
Bulls.
Yeah.
Or losing.
They
to
were
the
losing
Bulls,
when
yeah.
when
Nets.
the game
The
ended.
Nets.
Was it the
Yeah.
Nets?
Yes. It was Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah. So we would have been the 2 seed and we would be playing the 76ers right now. So I'm glad we're not doing that. But it still is a bad look
Yeah.
when you tank. And honestly, we match up really well with the Pacers. So
Yeah, the
I-
Magic were the second team I didn't want to play. I would have much rather
I
played
don't
the
mind playing
Pacers.
the Magic. I don't mind playing the Magic.
They're pretty good.
They're good. They're really good. Oh,
Can someone
we have a sorry, one quick. We have a comment from Matt. Magic are top 5 in defense and then top 25 on offense.
top 25 out of 32? So
30.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think we it's a defensive battle for sure, but I think with a pure scorer like Spida and Jarrett Allen should have been an all-star this year. He had the numbers for it, just was injured a little too much. And even though they were losing a lot, Evan Mobley, the back end of the season, was actually dropping 20 plus, 20 and 10 every game with a couple blocks. So again, it all just depends. Can we put it together? Can all of them play to what we've seen them do this year? Can Karis LeVert come off the bench and drop 18? Can Darius Garland, he probably is not with Donovan Mitchell there, he's not going to be getting 25, but can he have a 15 and 8 kind of night? Can Mitchell go up for 30 and Allen go for 20 and 10? Like, if this sort of stuff, if we can get these sorts of splits from these guys, that's how we win this game. But it's just since the All-Star break, we have been the most inconsistent team in all of the NBA.
Yep.
So speaking of real quick, touch on this and then we'll move on. I apologize, guys. We'll fly through the West here. But why doesn't I don't know. I've watched Damian Jones a couple times. He seems like kind of like a athletic, kind of raw type of guy. I mean, I don't know. Why doesn't he? Is he just not really that good? And I just haven't been watching the games that he sucks in, or what?
I mean, from what I've seen, like that last game, like it was impressive. I mean, he's able to shoot a lot more than I thought he could. He had 2 of those threes. I was like, wait, what is this? But
in the Pelicans game earlier this season when we were missing Mobley, like I think he played 15 minutes in that game and had like 18 points, 16 points. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't really matter, but just a quick question. Moving on. So that's the East. We'll go into the game on Saturday. It's going to be super exciting. We can't wait to see the Cavs sweep the Magic. I think we all really do think the Cavs are going to win, though. Moving on to the West. We'll fly through this a little bit. The surprising number 1 seed out of the West is OKC. They'll play the winner of Sacramento and New Orleans. What do you guys think? Who wins the Pelicans-Kings game? Jerry, who do you got?
No Zion, no win. Kings are going to absolutely dominate this game. De'Aaron Fox is going to pop off. They're going to turn back to their early season form. Domantas Sabonis triple-double, calling it now. Give me the Kings.
Jason, how do you feel about the Kings-Pelicans game?
What he just said, retweet, no Zion, no nothing.
Hashtag.
But yeah, I honestly, like he said, even Sabonis is going to go off this game. That's one less defender he has to worry about, and he can control the game. And De'Aaron Fox is going to go off. Kings win.
Yeah, the Kings just can score basically at will. Their defense, they can't stop a nosebleed, but defensively or offensively, they can go score on anyone. And when you don't have your best player, I just think the Pelicans are going to be outgunned. And Sabonis is going to have his way on the inside. De'Aaron Fox is going to ball. Give me the Kings. Thunder Kings. How do you guys see that series going? I mean, the
Speedy
Thunder were
guard.
number one seed for a
Speedy
reason.
guard.
Yeah.
No, I love watching these two teams play because watching the guards go at it, it's always a good game to
Yeah.
watch. That being said, OKC is a better playoff team. They're set up for the playoffs. I think they're a little bit deeper as well. And sorry, SGA is going to go off. I think. They might not be ready for a championship, but they're ready for a playoff run, and I think SGA will take them far.
Jay, how do you feel about the Thunder's Kings?
Yeah, the depth is the big part. Kings are going to be without Malik Monk for this series, and I believe Kevin Huerter's still out as well. So they're kind of hurting on that end. And I don't think the Pelicans will be a problem, but coming up against a team like the Thunder, like you said, number one team for a reason, they got their hands full. I think the Thunder will probably win in 5. I think they'll win in 5.
You think so?
Yeah.
See, I'm actually this could be my De'Aaron Fox bias talking. All right.
It is.
The 2K
It is.
legend.
Listen, whenever I play 2K, De'Aaron Fox is my point guard every time. He is unstoppable. He literally, you just hold that R2 trigger. He's so fast. Dunk every time.
Okay,
Anyway.
let me introduce you to the new SGA. All right, literally probably the same thing.
No, it is going to be a good lineup. I honestly feel. I think that OKC is. I mean, both teams can score very easily. The Thunder play better defense, that's for sure. I don't know. I just feel the Kings. I feel like every time I watch the Kings, they're very impressive offensively. So, we'll see. I think the Kings are one of the most fun teams to watch, so maybe it's part of that too. But I have the Kings winning in 7. Upset alert, 1 seed going down.
He's getting hot.
I like it. It's wrong, but I like it.
It's wrong, but you like it. Well, the upcoming the 2 seed versus 7 seed should be interesting because last year some crap talking was going on between the head coach of one of the teams and about LeBron James and back and forth. So that'll be interesting. But the Nuggets secure the 2 seed. Everyone kind of figured they'd be the 1 seed. They ended up kind of not faltering, just not quite as good or as dominant as OKC was coming down the stretch. And they will play the Lakers, who just won the play-in game. How do you guys see this one going? Jason, tell us, are the Lakers going to upset the Nuggets, or are the Nuggets just too good?
The king has returned.
Okay.
The king has returned. Listen. Here's what we've
Listen.
seen from the Lakers as of late. We have seen a explosive play out of players that are not just named Anthony Davis and LeBron James. I believe Russell is going to have a good playoff, and I believe Roy Hachimura is going to have a really good playoff. Austin Reeves is going to do his thing, but I think you're going to see more consistency out of these two players, and that will help LeBron be able to focus on game management. And if we can get one of these guards to match Murray, then I think X factor becomes AD, and instead of having to balance those two out, it'll be him just making the difference. And LeBron, I mean, obviously LeBron's going to be the difference because it's LeBron James. He's going to mastermind his way into this victory. And the only other counter you could say to that is Jokic, and Jokic is a really good. Honestly, probably these are the two probably best game managers in the game right now. And I think more consistent play out of not their stars is going to help the Lakers carry a victory in 7.
Interesting. Of note, since the All-Star break, the Lakers are 17-9 and the Nuggets are 21-6. But of the last 4 of the 6 losses for the Nuggets have come in the last 10 games. So they were real hot after the break, and then they've been a little bit not bad. I mean, but it's coming down to the end of the season. They knew they were going to be a 1 or 2 seed, so
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna
not.
say. I think
It's
they
not.
sat out
Yeah.
They
Murray
sat
and
Murray.
Jokic.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
not too much to read into there, but the Lakers have been red hot, especially in the last 10 games to secure that spot at the 7 seed. So I think that's going to be the probably most watched of all of the first round games. Not just because of LeBron James, but because this is an intriguing matchup between the Nuggets and the Lakers. I think the Nuggets are the better team. I think overall, I don't think they're going to be able to stop Jokic or Murray, and I think they win in 6. But I think it's going to be great. Jerry, your thoughts before we move on to the next matchup?
Yeah, so everybody last year during the playoffs, once it was coming to the Western Conference Finals, was saying the same exact thing Jason just said. All of the Lakers are red hot. They got the king. They got AD. They're going to take down the Nuggets. They got swept. They got swept in the Western Conference Finals last year. Give me the Nuggets. I don't think they sweep this year. Give me the Nuggets in 5.
All I'm saying is, yes, it was a sweep, but Jokic himself had said their hardest series were with the Lakers.
They still got
Let that be known.
swept.
Hey,
Lost 4 straight
let it be known.
games.
Let it be known.
Let it be known they didn't win a single one in the series. At
And
least
also,
Cavs won one against the Knicks. No,
Dog, a
Last
1 point
year-
loss is the same as a 50-point loss, okay? They got swept.
it means you're close. And if you can take the next step, you can be closer. All right.
How'd they
First
take the
of all-
next step? They had to play in the play-in tournament to get into
Me
the damn
last-
playoffs. How is that taking the next step?
Hey, first of all, it's because the West is big and strong. All right. What are we talking about? It's crazy out there in the West, dog. I'm glad the Cavs aren't in the West because we would be in the play-ins too. Maybe.
no, it's true.
Like,
We'd be the number 7 seed. We'd
Yeah.
be playing the Lakers in the first game if we were in the Western Conference. Or no, we would have been the 8th seed. We would have played the Pelicans, and the Lakers would have played the Kings. So,
oh,
Well, they're
so
not,
how about that?
oh,
They're not. They're
They're
the
not.
4 seed in the East.
Exactly. Yeah. For what it's worth, is LeBron retiring after this year? Or how long? I haven't heard any talks on that. I mean, I'm sure he can go for until he's 60 if he wanted to, but I didn't know if there's any.
hasn't been. He hasn't came out with anything. He has hinted on his body not being the same, so maybe a year or two, but I don't think after this year. I think he's waiting until his son gets in the league.
Fair enough. I saw a funny tweet the other day that was like, it's incredible to watch LeBron regress into prime Magic Johnson. I was like, dang. True.
I
but
mean,
dang.
it's true.
Dang. All right, the next matchup, another intriguing one. I don't think it'll get the same attention that maybe like the Nuggets, Lakers, or even the Thunder will get. But the Timberwolves play the Phoenix Suns. It's a really good offensive team against the best defensive team in the NBA. How do you guys see this one going? I think. Well, I'll tell you what I think last. Jason, Timberwolves, Suns. I really don't know much about either of these teams, honestly.
I mean, I watched a lot of, not a lot. I watched a few Suns games this year. I haven't watched many of the Timberwolves, but this team was almost the number 1 team in the West. So like, the that has to stay for something. And Rudy Gobert being probably gonna sneak his way into another Defensive Player of the Year. They're good counter to the Suns because the Suns have a really good offensive game, and you have Devin Booker, you have KD. Like, anybody can go for 50, 60, 70, like if they wanted to. So you're going to need that defense. You're going to need it game in and game out. I just don't know. Are you going to be able to keep up with their points? Let's say I'm going with the Suns. Suns in 7.
Jerry, who you got?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Suns in 7. when you have a guy like KD on the team, it's hard to go against him. A guy who's a NBA champion and MVP. The Timberwolves do have one of the most exciting players in the league to watch in Anthony Edwards. He's an absolute freak, just a monster athletically. But I don't know, something about the Suns, man. They're just that team that's. It feels like they've been up and down all year. They really haven't had their main three together all season. Is Bradley Beal going to be back for the playoffs? Is he back?
I believe so.
I think so.
So I think if you get all three of those guys on the court together, they can do some dangerous things. And
yeah, he's back.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking he's back.
I'm thinking he's back.
Yeah, give me the Suns. I agree with Jason. Give me the Suns in 7.
Yeah, I'm with the Timberwolves on this. You know, kind of maybe for the opposite, like the same kind of feeling how I feel about the Kings. I feel the same way about the Timberwolves. For the reverse, I think being the best, they're far and away the best defensive team too. It's not like by 1 or 2 points. Like no, but they are the best defensive team, one of the best rebounding teams, and again they have Anthony Edwards who can literally just jump over you to score points. He's an athletic freak. And then, yeah, again, you got Rudy Gobert on the inside and Cat, who can score well, plays good defense. I mean, I just think they're a very well-rounded, good, solid team. And I think the Phoenix Suns are a little too streaky. I think it'll be a 7-game series, but I think the Timberwolves will close it out at home Game 7. So,
as Anthony Edwards says, they got KD, we got Josh McDaniels.
Exactly. And the last matchup here in the West, the 4 versus 5, we have the Clippers against the Mavericks. You know, the Mavericks were sitting in that play-in spot not too long ago, but have totally just been scorching hot to end the season here. You know, Kyrie plus Luka. I mean, that's 50 and they could go off for 50, 60,
they
70.
both can score 50 in the same game.
In the same game. Yeah. I saw LeBron and Kyrie do it. Both drop 40 some points in a game that they lost, by the way. But anyway, against a very good Clippers team. So how do you see this one, Jerry? Clippers, Mavericks.
Yeah, for me, this is, in my opinion, the most exciting series. I think the Mavericks and the Clippers are 2 of the most exciting teams to watch. Clippers, obviously, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. Just three guys that can – they're all very similar players. They can kind of do all the same things. James Harden's more of that ball-handling kind of guy, but Paul George and Kawhi, very similar player. But they can do kind of whatever they want on the court. But then on the other side, you have – the most talented guy, one of the most talented guys the league has ever seen in Kyrie Irving, who can do anything with the basketball. He can score from any point on the floor. He can score from 3 feet behind the basket somehow. Like, I've seen him do it. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. And then Luka Doncic.
With the best ball handles.
Yeah.
And the best ball handler in the NBA.
Yeah. And then Luka Doncic, a triple-double any night it can come. I mean, we just said either of them can drop 50. This is going to be an exciting series. I think this one 100% goes to 7. And I think because the Clippers have the cancer and James Harden, give me the Mavericks in 7.
Jason, what do you think?
I'm going to honestly just agree with everything he said up into that last part. And the reason being, James Harden, yes, might have been a cancer, but I think they have finally found a good pace in their team. He's ball handler, getting those assists every game. Even Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, like I think they have it figured out finally how to handle all those egos. Let's just be honest. I think they have figured out how to handle all those egos, and I have the Clippers in 7.
Yeah, I think also a 7-game series. I don't think I agree with you, Jason. I think they've found their groove with James Harden. I think that the way that they utilize him, and like you said, with Westbrook coming off the bench, I think it's a very, very good, well-rounded, solid team. But I think Dallas is just too hot right now. They're too good. They are unbelievable to watch. Watching Luka pump fake and do a underhanded layup from 3 is just absurd. and him laughing about it as he's running back on defense. And then for Kyrie to get a quick steal behind the back pass alley oop, it's just like they are too good. I think at the two best positions. I think Kawhi and Paul George obviously are superstars, but I think they're aging superstars. I think Kyrie's not super young anymore, but Luka is really young. I just think Dallas is the better offensive team, and I think they win. But it'll be great. I can't wait to watch it. And maybe I'm proven wrong. We'll see. Thanks for watching this video of the Unnamed Sports Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on social media at Unnamed Sports S. Also, be sure to join us live Wednesdays at 7 p.m.